Welcome back to another video. A couple days ago, New York City got a lot of snow, more than they have seen in about 10 years. And a big snowball fight happened, which is usually okay. I have been involved in many snowball fights, but you need to be careful. Sometimes those snowballs can hurt because they sometimes mix with ice. It's actually snowing out where I am right now. I'm still in my classroom, but the problem started when the police arrived because so many people were complaining about people throwing snowballs at each other. And then those people started throwing snowballs at the police. Many people want the mayor to say something about this. Many people think those people throwing snowballs should go to jail. I'm filming this on my phone, and I will be filming the English lesson on my old computer, so the audio might not be so great, but I am busy putting together recording lessons for my upcoming course. If you want more information about that course, there's the QR code. In today's English lesson, we are going to watch a newscast about those police officers being pelted by snowballs. You'll learn what that word means in a minute. But before we watch the newscast, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, like it if this is your first time here, and I will see you in just a minute.
Anybody who's seen this video is not happy. There's outrage this morning after the NYPD officers were pelted with snow at Washington Square Park.
It was a tense situation as cops were surrounded by people taunting them. Good Day's Dan Bowens shows us what happened. Dan, what's up?
Yeah, Jerry and Rosanna, we're going to get to that video here in just a second. But we have to tell you, police showed plenty of restraint as huge crowds threw snowballs and chunks of snow at those officers. They looked to de-escalate the situation by leaving Washington Square Park. But here's a look at the video. Yeah, not a pretty picture.
21 terms in all. Terms you might see on the IELTS or the TOEFL exam. Terms you will definitely see on the news. I have my glasses on because we are about to get serious. For each of the terms, I will have a picture. I'll have the official definition, and I will use it in a sentence. This first one is outrage. It's a noun, outrage. Let me make it a little bigger so you can see the picture and you can see the definition. That is a strong feeling of shock and anger. There was public outrage when the library closed down. And you can see people have signs. They're saying the library should stay open, and the library is all boarded up. This is a bonus term. Can you see there are boards on the window? We might say that library is boarded up. Next, we have a verb, pelted. Pelted. Let's take a look at the definition. To throw things at someone many times. But here in the picture, we have some rain and we have a window. The rain pelted the window during the storm. So sometimes it can be raining so hard that rain will be pelting the window. In the park in New York City, those police officers were being pelted with snowballs and possibly some chunks of ice. We'll talk about chunks in just a minute. The next one, tense. This has a couple different meanings, but in the newscast, they used it like this: a nervous feeling, a situation where people might get angry. The meeting was very tense because nobody agreed on the plan. Right now, things are tense between the United States and Iran. Hopefully, there will not be a war starting anytime soon, but if there is, we will talk about it on this channel. Next, we have taunting. Taunting. It's a verb. Little brothers and little sisters often get taunted by their older brothers. And I think that is the definition or the example that we have here. To taunt someone, trying to make someone angry or upset by saying unkind things. People were taunting the police. They were saying mean things about them. The older brother was taunting his sister about losing the game. You can see she does not look happy. Stop. Look at this word, landslide. Do you think it means rocks falling down from a mountain? In the news, that is a big no. It means winning an election by a large amount. If you want to read the New York Times or watch CNN or Fox News, you need to know news English, or like I like to call it, headline-ese, like Chinese or Taiwanese. It's a foreign language. It's not like English from a textbook. And the best place to start is my free guide. It's called The 50 Words You Need to Know Before You Read the News. It teaches you the most important words for politics, crimes, elections, and so much more. It's totally free. There is a QR code right up there, or there is a link in the description. Now, back to the English lesson. Next, we have restraint, and I'm trying to get very close to my computer. My face might be a little too big, but I don't have a microphone. I'm using the one on the computer. And the expression you might hear is showed restraint. So those police officers showed restraint while they were being pelted by snowballs. One officer threatened to use pepper spray, but I don't think they arrested anybody. They didn't start fighting back with them. So they showed restraint. Let's get the official definition. Control over your own actions. Holding back might be the English phrasal verb you hear. And in the picture, you can see a man. It looks like he is angry. Maybe he is at Walmart or something. Here is the sentence. She showed great restraint by staying calm when the customer yelled. So she's not yelling back. She is staying calm, even though he looks quite upset. Next, we have chunks. Chunks. I think this is a good word to know. Thick, solid pieces of something. So, of course, the people in the park were throwing chunks of snow or chunks of ice at the officers. Here is a sentence that uses chunks. The soup had large chunks of potato and carrots in it. To escalate means to get worse, to get stronger. De-escalate is the opposite. Let's get the definition here. To make a difficult situation calmer or less dangerous. The officer tried to de-escalate the argument before it turned into a fight.
They looked like they were kind of having fun, like a massive snowball fight. Police showed up, though, and people in the area were warned, don't throw snowballs at police. It's common sense, but they did it anyway, hitting the officers in the back of the head. The volatile scene had at least one NYPD officer holding up some pepper spray, telling people, get back.
Next, we have massive. We have one word in English like big, but we might have 100 other ways to say the same thing. Massive pretty much just means big, or you can see that definition there, extremely big. A massive crowd of people gathered to watch the concert. Number 9, another verb here, warned. In my classroom, I sometimes have to warn my students. We'll talk about what I have to warn them about in just a minute. But the definition, to tell someone about a possible danger. So in my class, students can't have cell phones. And if I see them with a cell phone, I have to warn them, hey, if I see that cell phone again, I'm going to take it away. That's the school rule. But here in the picture, we have a sign warning people about a wet floor. Here's the sentence. The sign warned us that the floor was wet. What does it mean if somebody has common sense? You'll hear that quite a bit in English. That means good judgment in practical matters. In other words, thinking clearly. Here's an example. use common sense and don't walk alone in a dark alley. In the picture, you can see that is a dark alley. That looks like a great place where people who want to do bad things might be hanging out. What if something is volatile or volatile? That means likely to change suddenly and become dangerous. I would say, again, that the relations between Iran and the US right now are volatile. Bad things could happen at any moment. Let's get a sentence. The situation was volatile. War could break out at any time.
Well, Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch, she is reacting this morning. She condemned the attack on X. She wrote, quote, "The NYPD is aware of certain videos taken earlier today in Washington Square Park showing individuals attacking cops. I want to be clear, the behavior depicted is disgraceful and it is criminal." Tisch added that our detectives are investigating this matter. Look, and we're getting response from the PBA as well, the largest police union. The Police Benevolent Association called the attack unacceptable and outrageous, adding this is the environment that New York City police officers are up against. They went on to say our police officers are being treated for their injuries, but the case cannot end there. The individuals involved must be identified, arrested, charged with assault on an officer, and all of our city leaders, they must speak up to condemn this despicable attack. And the Detectives Endowment Association, that's the detectives union, they said, what we saw in Washington Square Park was not harmless fun. It was a deliberate, outrageous, dangerous attack on uniformed police officers. So far, no arrests have been made.
Commissioner, you'll see this in the news quite a bit. I'm not sure we have ever talked about it on the channel, but it means a high-ranking official in charge of a department. And I think they talked about the commissioner of the New York Police Department, like the person in charge. The police commissioner promised to keep the city safe. What does it mean if somebody condemns a person or an action? It means to say strongly that something is bad or wrong. The principal condemned bullying during the meeting with students. I think pelting officers with snowballs is disgraceful. Let's talk about what disgraceful means. Shameful, very bad behavior that makes people lose respect. Take a look at that picnic table. Yeah, we would call that a picnic table. It is disgraceful to leave so much trash in the park. Luckily, in the United States, I think most people pick up after themselves. They don't leave trash in the park, but sometimes you will see it and it is very disgraceful. It's also unacceptable to leave trash in a park. Let's get the meaning for unacceptable. Not allowed or not good enough. His rude language in class was unacceptable. Outrageous. What if something is outrageous? That means shocking or very unreasonable. Take a look at the picture. There is a bottle of water there and it costs $20. It is outrageous to charge $20 for a bottle of water. Assault. This is a legal term. Some people get charged with assault. Let's talk about what that means. A physical attack on someone. Some people want the people who threw those snowballs at police officers to be charged with assault. Simple sentence here. Hitting someone is a crime called assault. We have an English phrasal verb here, to speak up. What does it mean if somebody speaks up? That means to give your opinion bravely. And I know a lot of students in my class, they're a little scared to speak up in class. I'm sure you know it's hard to speak English. Sometimes you might be a little scared. Or if somebody is hurting you or being mean to you, to speak up means you tell them you think that's wrong. Here's a sentence. Please speak up if you have a good idea for the project. Next, we have despicable. Despicable. What does it mean if somebody is despicable? very unpleasant, or evil, deserving hate. It was despicable of him to steal the old lady's purse. I mean, come on. She's old. She can't fight back. It's despicable to steal her purse. Harmless. When you see less at the end of a word in English, it means like without. So harmless literally means without harm. But let's get the official definition. Safe, not able to hurt or harm anyone. Take a look at that dog. You can see a sign by him. I'm loud, but harmless. The dog barks loudly, but he is actually harmless. So, in other words, he's not going to bite you. What if you do something deliberately? That's the adverb. Deliberate here is an adjective that means done on purpose, not an accident. Take a look at those two cars. In the sentence, we are going to see that the driver actually meant to hit the other car. It was not done on accident. Here's the sentence. The driver deliberately hit the other car because he was mad. Sometimes in the United States that happens, and we call it road rage. You did it. Congratulations, 21 new words, I hope. Feel free to watch this again. Didn't understand all of them. Or if you're looking for more English, right down there is an English lesson I did at that park where those officers were being pelted by snowballs. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.